Mayata.
Yo, Gucci.
Strap to the bone, chat to me chrome. Fire one in a them head, chat to the dome. Them boy they no bad, that a way me know. Only bad when the man friend pop pill alone. Tall rifle a roll under me clothes. One west a run road that a fi be known. Brown in bad bitch, not silicone. Rich badness, fat belly full. Them boy they no ready for the gun life. Give them a pitchfork and a ground knife. Press the chip clock on the front line. If the road dark, he become bright. Me dog them a killer when a sunlight. We was a transform when it turn night. Chris Kalish calf we black and white. With the red light on the front eye. Toppy show, tap about things where you nothing do. Toppy show, Kel taking a me and that a no fi show. Rifle bind them big like puppy toe. A tall rifle a match we go fi four. Toppy show, Batty boy stop chat where the fuck you know. Thing them ram up in a skin them. Time you get lip poison in an infection. Make your dopey rise quicker than inflation. And the eye cast a living in bed from the inception. That's what the thing them tan. Start off slow, now the thing get strong. A one west and it never take long. Now we a do the road mad injection. Toppy show, tap about things where you know fi know. Toppy show, Kel taking a me and that a no fi show. Rifle bind them big like puppy toe. A tall rifle a match where we go fi four. Toppy show, Batty boy stop chat where the fuck you know. Them boy they no ready for the gun life. Give them a pitchfork and a ground knife. Press the chip clock on the front line. If the road dark he become bright. Me dog them a killer when a sunlight. We was a transform when it turn night. Chris Kalish calf we black and white. Make the rain fall and the ground dry.
Warning.
Say this from me heart on a rum chat. Here we contact, get your gunshot. Make it sun dark and the ground black. We plant calm but I never agriculture. I know the eagle in the younger the eagle when young people that are the vulture. Said them even never the vulture. They coulda run pan diesel that a fee punja. Away the blood clot to some gun back. Away the blood clot to some gun back. Easy we coulda speech it inna the Honda. Sleepy gunshot beat him inna him slumber. Greedy fi make them dopey a the younger. Glad say me nah pre when me the younger. That no mean say no pussy can try. Pussy try run up and give with them life. Can't see penalty give with 3 points. This one west boy you must see one die. Away the blood clot to some gun back. Away the blood clot to some gun back. Don't stop war with we. You will see, you'll see. My dog them are real. Better be. Don't stop war with we. You will see, you'll see. My dog them are real. Better be.
Yeah. One West. Some people live the good life. Them and them steak and mummy pot dry. But they tell me I gotta die for happy, for have it. Millions, house and cars and bike. I got the pussy them don't want see we have a 1,000 tall up rifle. I got them want fi see na fi we and you know give we food fi we yam. And when the youth use brilliance, fuck up the road like Gideon. You start call man pillion. The bad boy, true me say don't rush me a bad fly. And true me no got church, me no baptize. Don't tell me no heaven in that sky when some people live the good life. Them and them steak and mummy pot dry. But they tell me I gotta die for happy. No joy for the black boy. They get to you, them a fuck up the road and tough up the code dust. No go below. See double 9 man a shuffle the board. And if you no know then, you know fi know. Matic in a waist we no go lucky mode. This one west boy get up your load. Who no know when me no shoes and me no food and no clothes. We no do the posing, we no export. Just a wait for the right time for we explode. Hustle man a hustle charge you we make do. And we can't wait for the next show. Some people live the good life. Them and them steak and mummy pot dry. Come and tell me I gotta die for happy. No joy for the black boy. Millions, house and cars and bike. I got the pussy them don't want see we have a 1,000 tall up rifle. I got them want fi see na fi we and you know give we food fi we yam. And when the youth get original, fuck up the road like Gideon. You start call man criminal. In killer them a search for them heaven on earth. Man a fi fight with the devil from birth. Poverty a time for your Lego man shirt. Your man a fi stay blessed all when the land curse. All when the land curse. I know the GLE them want see we in a one earth. The bad boy, true me said don't rush me a bad fly. And true me no got church, me no baptize. Don't tell me no heaven in that sky when some people live the good life. Them and them steak and mummy pot dry. But they tell me I gotta die for happy. No joy for the black boy.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west.
Hey, Shalom, Yahawashi, Shabrak, all the brothers, Yahawashi, Thumb, Bashim, Yoshai, all the sisters. Y'all already know what it is. The best show in Canada. You understand? A radio podcast hosted by Officer 1000 Ariyar, who will be soon with us, and myself, Officer 500 Barak Yala, the host doing the most, your favorite priest from the East, the one and only, not the one and only, the lightning of the Most High. And today we also have Officer 1000 Rakal Ariyar joining us. You understand?
Shalom. Yabashim Yahawashi. What's going on? What's going on, Aki? What's popping out there?
Hey, listen, the white man is the devil everywhere.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
From the north to the south, from the east to the west, you already know. He's the devil nonetheless.
From sun up to sundown.
Damn right. From sun up to sundown until the sun up is again.
Sun up. Right? That's what he does. He is great at his job.
Damn right. Your audio sound kind of oppressive. I understand it's oppressor's fault, you know. Just so you know. But also, we'll give you the One West stance as usual. We have some good topics today. Definitely diabolical. A lot has been happening. And we're not even going to cover. We might not even be able to cover everything. A lot of things you might have to wait for Black Watch tomorrow. It's crazy. It's a crazy world out here. That's all I got to say. And
man, I just woke up, man. What's going on in the world today?
Well, the scriptures are coming to pass. The man of sin is being revealed, and the nations are making sure that we unite together because they're dividing everybody. That's what's going on for the most part, you know.
Sound Christ. That's beautiful.
But let me get the topics right. Any questions or comments, of course, put in the chat. We're live on I.S.U.P.K. Montreal, I.S.U.P.K. Toronto, on YouTube and Facebook, and the new channel, One West Ground Zero Radio. Again, we have to reiterate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you are most definitely a sodomite. Just so you know. So make sure that, you know, you're not a sodomite and subscribe to the channel, One West Ground Zero, right? And of course, anyone who wants to chime in, there's the StreamYard link in the chat. So click the link, hop on the live, you know. But let's get with this. Give me 1 second. Let me share my screen. This is what's been happening. This is the first one, right? 2 white American men attempt to invade Caribbean island to enslave the locals and run prostitution ring. So these 2 happy campers from Texas, you know, who are most likely, I don't know, I don't want to say they're Trump supporters. They might be Democrats, but we know how Texas is. The point is, these 2 men thought they were scheming on a plan to invade Haiti, to kidnap women and children, to run in prostitution.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me how they got the bravado to even think that it was a possibility that it could be done.
God, listen, if this is not the man of sin, who is? If this is not the wicked, who is? If the white man is not the devil, then who is? These two of them, yeah? Of course, you know, it might be more than 2. You know, it's a whole scheme. They plan to enslave. Listen, the crazy thing is, they plan to enslave them. They're trying to get some sex slaves from Haiti. Imagine that.
That would have been wild. And I know that there would have been blood on those Haitians' hands that day. It would have been it would have been a tragic. They would not have survived that. They tried to hit up a little small island that belonged to they. I read this thing last night before I went live on Vivo. I read this and it was crazy. It was crazy. I couldn't even. He is who he is. He is the devil. Why would he even think it's possible? I don't know.
The sad part is, some people actually get away with it under the guise of the Red Cross. You know,
Christian missionaries.
The missionaries.
Don't forget them.
They get away with it. But listen, what the precept, the scripture said, the Most High is going to reveal their nature. He's not going to be quiet no more. If I could just pull up the precept real quick, I got one, right? There's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 8. It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. You think you're going to be able to hide your wickedness and your crimes and your disgusting behavior under the rug? This is 2025. Outside of cameras, the Lord is opening up the internet and the airways. Like, you think, you're going to be able to do whatever the hell you want? No more. That's done away with. This is not the 1600s anymore. You know what the scripture said, we're at the end of our captivity, and this is when you do the most. This is diabolical.
Really?
You know, Salakia, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Listen, this is you're done for. The man of sin is being revealed, and the sad part is that our people, right? They're still gonna find time to fight each other, and as opposed to pointing the fingers at who is actually guilty, they're gonna turn around against each other and say, no, the Haitian people are the problem, the gangs. Who set up the gangs? Why are the Haitian in the situation that they're in right now? Why do Haiti and Dominican Republic hate each other? Like, can't you see there's a common denominator, the only denominator, that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of?
The only denominator. You're damn right on that one.
You know, let me just finish this real quick. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. It's not over until it's over. Until Christ comes back, you're gonna have to pay the price for every action you commit against us. You understand? Just like the blood of Abel cried unto the Lord, our blood cries every day unto the Lord. We complain on a daily basis about being oppressed, and just like every captivity we were under. But damn, if you tell me that this being is not the devil the Bible speaks of, the most disgusting, filthy bastard on the face of the earth, I believe that you are mentally ill.
But
A lot of you are joining us. Hey, Shalom, say Bashar.
Shalom, y'all, but
It's like we are on mute.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yosha Barakatham. What's going on? What's going on?
The white man, the devil everywhere. That's what's going on.
okay. And may I say that these white men are white men. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to make America great again. And that's how they view America being great. With some slaves in their roster.
Some sex
That's
slaves.
how they want America great. Right.
That's diabolical. But Salak, y'all, if you want to add to it.
Yeah, said it perfectly, man. The oppressor is a damn devil. And this is also, like I said, for all the Levites out there, because I know Levites are really proud because we won the war of independence, right? So we really proud because of that, and we think that we're not in slavery no more. You know what I'm saying? This shows you that you are still a slave, and white people still view you as slaves, man. You understand? So even though we might have, like, you know what I'm saying, we won the war against the French, you understand, supposedly, but they still view us as slaves, you understand? And you should look at every white person like just like these two, you understand, bastard right here. So like,
Absolutely. Like our people is in such danger that because of Christianity, Catholicism, Islam, because don't listen, if you think it's just white people, all these nations are like that. They have your sex slaves right now in Dubai. They pay you a bag thinking, you know, they fly you out, they're being simps. In the meanwhile, they sexually abuse you like never before, and then you come back thinking, yo, you got a bag, 10 grand or whatnot. You come here and spend the 10 grand on therapy. Was it really worth it? Imagine that. All these nations view you as such. This was a clip. A Nigerian cat said he would never marry a black woman. You're only good for sex. While these white men think the same thing. The Chinese man think the same thing. This Chinese woman said, well, black men are so attractive, but I would never marry a black man. I was like, well, damn. We're nothing but sexual objects to them. We're basically nothing we're nothing but lustful breath of lives to them. That's what we are. Keep that in mind, you know, and it's gonna go into some of the next topics because the man of sin is being revealed. That's one thing. The other thing is, why would you want to associate yourself with people that is so filthy, so disgusting? Why would you want them around you? Talking about integrating. Are you bringing them to the cookout?
Here's the thing. This is not an isolated incident. I'm telling you, these people imagining us as slaves, sex slaves, and all that. This is more common than you may believe. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people may think it's only them two that got these thoughts of re-enslaving us. No, this is more common than what you think Donald Trump's whole movement is about. That Make America Great Again is all about enslaving us. That's when they thought America was great.
That's for who? That's like if y'all want to add to it, we could move on to the next one because we have a few more.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my pet. This is my pet. I own the slave, okay? It's my and Pachan world domination, okay? Total slavery. Yeah, I own many names.
And that poor brother right there.
That was a sister on the floor, tied up like a donut.
I thought that was a brother. That was shameful. That was disgustingly shameful.
Imagine that. Imagine being okay with this. This. You know what? This is the product of the church, right? There ain't no one else to blame but the Christian church.
You're absolutely right. That was you just have a white person just whip you like you're an animal, like and call you a slave. He literally called.
She said, He said, "This is
Ain't
my
that-
pet nigga." Imagine that.
You're a pet. That's all you'll ever be to them. We need to get that through our thick skulls. That's all we'll ever be.
And for Dr. Umar, you know, trying to talk about people like coons, listen, he is one of the biggest coons because you're cooning to Africans. They would treat you the same.
Mm-hmm.
They just slave masters with melanin. That's it. Salakia.
That's an absolute disgrace, man. That's just the, you know what I'm saying, disgraceful Isaiah. You understand? But this is also the type of spirit the LGBT brings into our into our community as well. So like,
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right. Sir. You're absolutely right.
And that's the sad part of it. Like, you know, once you're in that community, you give up. That community is the total opposite of our culture, and this is proof. And again, just like Officer Bakar said earlier, this is not an isolated incident. This is more common than you think. You understand? And that's the sad part of it. This is normal for them. It's not something that you will not see every day. You might see that tomorrow. You might walk outside and see this. Like, it's absolutely normal.
And you showed this video was proof of that because the first subject was two men who were plotting on making us slaves. This one is a female, you know what I'm saying, imagining that, you know, that this black sister was her slave. Like, so it's not just the men, it's the women too. It's the women too. They are the devil that the Bible speaks of also. You know what I'm saying? So all us brothers in the world, you know what I'm saying, looking at these heathens as if they're something special. You wanting them and all that. Let me tell you something. You're going to be their slave. That's going to be your end result right there.
Salakia. People might think we have an agenda, but I'm not looking for these topics. These just come across my timeline. Why? Because the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. Salakia.
Excommunicado.
Excommunicate.
Order 11111.
You know, that's the sad part is that she said she's a 7 to blacks, but she's a 10 to slave colonizers who have a slave fetish. Come on. Listen, that's a sad, again, that's Christianity. That's how we're destroyed. We are taught to hate each other. This sister, you're not ugly. And even then, you're going to be pretty to a brother. A brother's going to find you pretty. You understand? I mean, look at her. Officer Raquel, call her camp leader.
The funny part is, right? How you think that man, that devil's gonna feel when he figures out that you are settling for him?
Imagine that. He's gonna kill you.
Yeah, he's gonna murder that sister. You know, our oppressor does not take rejection very well. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so I got one.
Yeah, he doesn't take rejection very well. So if black men see you as a 7 and he sees you as a 10, that means you downgraded.
Okay.
So in his mind, he's gonna think that he's a downgrade. It's gonna hurt his ego. You know what I'm saying? That thing, you know, you're gonna be chopped up in 40 pieces spread throughout the city.
Right. And that's the sad part. You know, because apparently that's in the polls they were saying black women married to white men have a 50% lower risk of divorce. You know why they don't divorce as much? They end up dead. They end up in a body bag. You can't divorce the courts. Imagine that. Let me get it. Yeah, this one. Black women married to white men have a 50% lower risk of divorcing. You know, because they end up in a body bag.
Right.
Yeah.
Be careful, sisters. Yeah, black man might be abusive. He might hurt your feelings. But the chances of us killing you is a whole lot lower.
That's the sad part. Like, imagine having to settle for someone who has that. And the crazy part is this: she said a slave fetish. So what? It's exciting for you to be degraded.
And Salaka, you know what I'm saying, by her saying that as well, she look at herself as a slave. You know what I'm saying? She don't look at herself as a queen, a black powerful queen. She knows she's a slave. Salaka.
Right. So what comes with that slave fetish? Does he get to say the N word when he's trying to tie fire?
He's
While he got his hand, yeah. What type of fetish? Like, yo, these sisters need help, man. The level of naiveness on these black women is saddening.
This is why, listen, all these sisters, the sad part is when you come to the truth, right? You have to learn sex is marriage. You better not end up with a heathen, because all heathen think the same of you. You understand? You don't want to end up with a heathen. Come get yourself a strong black, Latino, or Native man in the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander Joel YAHANNA. Whatever fetish you have, you figure it out with him at this point. You know, they're talking about she settled for a colonizer with a slave fetish. This is beyond diabolical. That this is how, you know, and then they say, well, black women are not respected. This is what needs to be respected. Listen, learn self-respect. We'll teach you self-respect over here. You know, they like to say, well, we hate our women. We don't treat our women, we don't degrade our women as such. You understand? Like, what exactly is going on in this mind of our sisters? This is a rhetorical question because we know exactly what's going on. The white man's the devil and he did a number on us.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is the product of Christianity. Because what's going to happen? You're going to marry a heathen. You're going to end up in a body bag. I remember my first camp in Toronto. We went to the bar. We met some sisters. Some sister was saying, well, I just got out of a relationship with an Arab because he was trying to force me to be a Muslim. You know, you're going to have to be forced to abandon your culture. You're going to have to be forced to just, you know, lean onto their ways. In their culture, in their ways, in their history, you're nothing but a sex slave. That's all you are. Hey, Shalom, Officer 50 Kamar. Yahweh Bahashim Yashabrakatah.
Shalom, Yahweh Bahashim Yashabrakatah.
You can pass this officer test, most high in Christ. And it's like, if y'all ready to move on, or because listen, these people did a number on us where it's not hateful to say that, oh, oppressor is the devil. It's just therapeutic on another level. Because imagine having to regard these people on a high standard when they look at us as nothing but nothing. We're less than nothing. It's a lot.
It makes your teeth white.
You don't even need to go to the dentist. Just say the white man's the devil. I'm not a dental expert, but I'm telling you. You know? It's like we could move on.
People ask me what kind of brown I am, and I'm not. Pooja, what is this behavior? You can't kick it by mistake. I'm doubles, slight pepper, Pelori, bus up shot, bacon shot. Bygone choker.
I'm confused. What's going on here?
So basically, real quick, we got Officer Abaja joining us. Yabasha Shabakata one. Basically, she's saying, I'm not your East Indian that from the corner store. She's Nicki Minaj. Listen, to all my Benjamites, East Indians are not our people, and they hate us. You see, they're gonna make us see, yo, you're not coolie gal with the coolie whining thing. Listen, you're a stinking, filthy East Indian that is oppressing us. Nicki Minaj, that's probably Nicki Minaj's cousin. They're not our people. whether it's from Trinidad, all over the Caribbean islands, wherever you spread it out, Trinidad, especially Guyana and Suriname, you're not our people. You oppress our people. The Prime Minister of Trinidad said, load up your matic. She was basically calling for arms, made a call for arms to get rid of the thugs. But we're the ones they're labeling as thugs. Well, the biggest criminal in Trinidad is of Coolie descent, East Indian. Listen, whatever East Indian people we think you are, that's what you are. You're the people who dive in cow shit every year for Diwali. How do you pronounce your stupid holiday? That's what you are. Salakia.
Man, somebody's going to date one of these women, go into their house and figure out that there's no toilet paper.
Good night.
Right, there's no toilet paper.
So like, yeah, you know that they're burning like cow poop, like, you know what I'm saying, cow dung for incense over there.
Incense?
Yeah,
Yeah, they stink that bad that cow dung makes it smell better.
Yeah, imagine that. Cow dung smells better than incense for them.
Yo, that is diabolical.
And the thing is, like, you know why she, like, you know what I'm saying, like, want to act like she's like really the real Trini is because of her culture. You know what I'm saying? Our culture is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trini culture is beautiful. The sisters are beautiful. The brothers, you know what I'm saying, like, amazing. This is why, you know what I'm saying, like, we are the salt of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you understand, like, we are supposed to do these laws, but every culture trying to, you understand, be us. Nobody trying to be like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like eating cow poop, you know what I'm saying, putting cow poop on your wall for you know what I'm saying, for air conditioning or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to be us, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yo, and people, y'all need to understand, when it comes to the birth rate, who has the most birth defects is the offender. They're going to have a child with 6 arms and they're going to think that child is a god.
You know what's crazy? Is that there was a video going viral a couple of months ago, East Indians calling us dirty, calling us filthy, that we're not clean. And this is the same people right here trying to claim, yo, trying to fake a Trini accent and thing. Yo, listen, just like in Toronto, right? Just like in Montreal, just like everywhere. Everybody trying to be us, but they don't want to be us.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nicki Minaj is not. Yo, you know what? I forgot. Listen, this is beyond diabolical. Did y'all know Nicki Minaj is an illegal immigrant?
Oh, I did not know that. That's probably why she did that for Trump.
U.S. citizenship.
That's probably why she did that for Trump.
Listen, ICE, you need to listen. We know the CIA is listening. The FBI, the RCMP, the MI6. Listen to this. Nicki Minaj is an illegal immigrant. Y'all wanted to shine the light and deport. What's the brother name again? What's the brother name again? He has a dagger on his face. What's the nigga name?
21 Savage.
21 Savage is Bajan. He's born in the UK. They were trying to deport him. They deporting all the Mexicans. They're trying to say Bad Bunny, who's an American citizen, they want to deport Puerto Ricans. Well, guess what? Deport Nicki Minaj. How she's in the UN representing the United States and she is an illegal immigrant. Nicki Minaj do not have US citizenship. This proves to you what? That she's not our people. If she was, she would have been deported with the quickness. Because Benjamites are deported like Levites. Listen, Caribbean people, they deport like Haitians, they get deported like Mexicans, they get deported all the time. This is proof that she is not our people. Salakia.
Shalom, Lord in Christ, Hakim. That's diabolical.
I had to look this up. You might think we're making stuff up, right? I'm gonna show you right now. She said it herself. Listen, let me share my screen. Last year, Nicki Minaj publicly, let me share my screen, 1 second. Last year, Nicki Minaj publicly revealed that despite moving from her native, listen, I hate when they say native Trinidad, you are a stinky, filthy coolie gal from East India. We're from Pakistan. You understand? Minaj publicly revealed that despite moving from her native Trinidad to New York at an early age, she still does not have U.S. citizenship. Deport that stinking, filthy East Indian coolie girl. That's what you need to do. If we're all equal, you know, should we be all treated the same? If we all get deported, why is she still in the U.S.? Make it make sense. You understand? So what, you keep her in the U.S. so that she poisoned the mind of our sisters and daughters and wives, shaking her ass. And you know what? Her people call our women whores. But let me show you this real quick, right? You see, this people is claiming that, oh, they're just, you know, some Shiva worshipping East Indian wrapped up in silk and praising the rat god or monkey god, whatever homosexual god they're praising, right? She's a whore. She's saying behind closed doors when her parents are not looking, she's shaking her ass like Nicki Minaj. I mean, they're the same people. The oldest brothel in the world is in India. Y'all didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. People think we're making stuff up. Listen, y'all need to know it's 2025 now. We shouldn't have to tell you that the I.S.U.P.K is full of scholars.
Good night. That shit must have stunk. The oldest brothel in the world, India. That is horrible.
That is bad.
Sounds full of diseases.
That is nefarious. Salakia. That is diabolical. Let's see.
Wouldn't be surprised if the next epidemic comes from India.
That's monstrous. You know, like this is the thing, right? These people call us nasty and filthy, but listen, this is our culture. He said behind closed doors, that's what she are. That's her culture, being a sexual deviant, which is not surprising. You worship a homosexual god with titties and male appendages at the same time, with dreads that smokes weed. You understand? But this is the filthiest people on earth. The first chick talking about what type of Indian she is. This is the type of Indian she is.
That's me inside a poop throwing festival in India, where the villagers spend 6 months collecting cow poop and celebrate the end of Diwali by throwing it at each other and rubbing it on their skin.
Inside the village.
And does anyone ever get sick from all the poop?
No, sir.
Okay, the battle has begun. My goodness, let the shit show begin! They're knee deep. It sucks me in. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. The smell in here is inexplicable. They love it. They love throwing the poop. This is all cow poop right here.
They love it. They love it.
We're in the center. This is the dead zone. India Poop Festival.
Yeah, this is festival for India poop.
Poop.
Yeah,
India number one.
number one. India poop.
You know who the devil in the video is? Tyler Oliveira, right?
So they recognize it as poop.
Listen, again, we mentioned that I don't gather all that cow dung for the festival, but I don't want to hear a chick like that talking about, yo, doubles and pilau rice and soca and thing. Listen, we make soca great. The proof is that we make soca in Trinidad great. Name me a coolie soca artist.
Not soca, but there's a bunch of coolie reggae artists. Dancehall.
Listen, I probably know who? Red Rat and Supercat. Outside of
There's
them,
only two I know. There's only two I know.
Listen, that's it. These people are really trying to cosplay as us. That's really what it is. That's damn your blackface.
Isn't Sean Paul a woman?
Sean Paul is a white man.
Oh shit! I thought he
Sean Paul is a Portuguese Jewish man.
Oh shit! Oh man, that's crazy.
And see how she's switching the accent like it's normal for her. She's able to cosplay whenever she wants. She works on like this, and then when she wants to sound like, you know, like she from Trinidad. I'm not gonna try to make a Trini accent. I'm bad at it. But
Which
the point
means
is,
she could fit in both spaces.
yeah,
I mean, she ain't really about
You
that,
asked me what color
like
brown I am.
that life.
I'm not.
When she
now
around
she
her grandma, she ain't 20 then.
when she ran grandma, she's wrapped up in silk.
Mm-hmm.
When she sees a black man talking about soca and coolie wine and thing, the hell with the coolie wine. The hell with listen, don't even rock the Trini flag. Because when the Prime Minister said, load up your matics, load up your guns and shoot all the thugs, they were not referring to people who are of the same lineage as you are. They're not. Like when you look at people oppressed in Trinidad, you don't see people like her. You see people like Jalano, people like Prince Swanee. You see where's the East Indian Trinidad artist? They only claim like, yo, Trinidad is so great, soca and whatnot. Carnival, which is not even our culture. We got that from the oppressor too. Imagine that. But these people will try to influence you just like in Jamaica when they say out of many one people. Listen, we're not the same people. We say curry chicken, we don't say chicken curry. Salakia.
Pooja, what is this behavior? You can't kick it by mistake. I'm. Doubles! Slight pepper!
Yeah, she pissed me off. That's damn near a black face with a smell on it. That's what it is.
Even when you can go, sir. I just wanted to bring up a point later. I'll bring it up later.
All right, so like I just want to say something quick to any like East Indian watching this, right? What is your fascination with poop, man? I just want to know. So like, yeah.
Why are you fascinated with shit? Damn.
My thing is when they even try to pretend to be us, it still seems wrong. It seems like it's still off. Like your flavor don't have flavor.
Yeah, you have smell, and not the good one. It's a lot. We can move on. That's diabolical. This happened in Montreal, 2 days ago? So hate crime unit searching for 3 suspects after downtown Montreal assault. Basically, let's see if we can read upon it. It says, the Montreal Police Hate Crime Unit is looking for 3 suspects in relation to a pair of October 12 assaults downtown. Right? Police report that around 9:05 p.m. on that night, 2 black individuals, they're not saying if it's Hamites or if it's brothers, but they're saying 2 black individuals were walking north on Crescent Street at Sherbrooke Street when 3 suspects allegedly accosted them with racist insults. An altercation allegedly broke out in front of the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts, during which the suspect violently assaulted the 2 victims, throwing them to the ground and punching and kicking them. One of them then allegedly tried to stab the victims by reaching for his shoulder bag. The 3 suspects are around 20 years old, and police said they told the victim that they were of Arab origins. Listen, we're gonna end it right here. Point is, you better come to class. Okay. You understand? And gather together, oh nation not desired. The East Indians don't love you. They cosplay as you with a smell on it. White people are going to Haiti saying, we're gonna invade the country and just catch sex slaves. The Arabs are walking around downtown Montreal and beating the shit out of black people and threatening to stab them. It's a very dangerous world outside the I.S.U.P.K. I pray you understand. It's 2025. You think racism is over? And you think you're going to fight white supremacy of Christianity by converting to Islam? Well, there you have it. Salakia.
You understand? Like what you said is powerful, but the thing is also like that a lot of these Arabs are walking downtown, like walking around the city. You understand? Like with weapons on them, and then they are never being profiled though. You understand? The police is not profiling them. You understand? Meanwhile, they know that these are criminals walking around. You understand? The good citizens. So like,
Listen, Lord be with y'all. You want to gather with all people of melanin. These people have melanin too, to a certain extent.
and so like they all these Arabs too. They want to sound like they're Haitian, that like they're Levites.
Yeah, they cosplaying as Levites.
Huh.
Worshiping Allah. That's really it.
Salak,
And then, Khan.
Who are they saying the hate crime was committed against?
They say black people, but we don't know if it's brothers or Hamites they're referring to.
But these are presumed to be Arabs.
They probably said they were Arabs apparently during the assault.
That reminds me of a camp we had in Montreal where Officer Adiar was speaking, and an Arab came up and said that they sell dope to black people on purpose.
Good night.
Because they hate black people. Like everyone, like based off what I've been watching so far since I've been in here, everyone loves our culture. They love trying to be like us because at the end of the day, like I don't think them East Indian women with the Western mind want to be having poop fights. I don't think they want to be throwing cow dung out their Chanel bags in the streets of India. Now they want to act like Cardi B. They want to dance like Meg Thee Stallion. They want to be like every young popping sister, right? When I say popping, I mean like how the world talks about them. They love our culture. They just hate us. So when these young boys see their women trying to mimic our women, and then you have lost brothers in the world who go get with these women, they hate us even more. And they might mistake a Hamite for us. So I could definitely see that happening.
And even if they don't, it's not better. Listen, the Bible says, let me bring this up, right? Because listen, Bible is our code of conduct. You better come to class and understand these rules that apply to you and you only. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 14. It says, and it shall be as the chased roe. You know what's a roe? It's like an antelope, like a deer, right? It's a prey. That's the point. Have you ever seen at National Geographics when preys, wildebeest, antelopes are chased by a predator? What do? They gather together. That's what they do. It shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. Why? Because a sheep that has a shepherd, which is a man over the sheep, has protection. A chased roe, a chased animal, a chased antelope, a chased deer, what do? They're going to gather together. They're going to regroup. Buffaloes and bisons, bovines, what do they do in the wild? They regroup. They protect, the weak are in the circle and they protect each other. Right? It shall be as a chased roe and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people. And you're seeing that right now. You're seeing that right now with the Charlie Kirkist. The Democrats and the Republicans don't believe that, they hate each other more than they hate you. They hate you more than anything else. At the end of the day, what do you think they're trying to cancel the food stamps over here in the US? White people are the one on food stamps the most, but they'd rather hurt themselves if it means destroying you. Exterminating. They'll take it to drastic measures. The white man, you always heard the white man say, well, he's going to take the life of his wife, his children, and then his own. Well, he's going to burn down his house if it means exterminating you. He knows that his kingdom is coming to an end. He knows he's falling apart. His ship is sinking. He's making sure that you're on the boat with him while he sinks to the bottom of the ocean. But just know that every nation is going to gather with themselves. All the Africans, the Arabs, the East Indians, India and Pakistan don't give a damn about the fight they have between each other if it means taking you down. You understand?
Salakia.
Kawakan.
I have to roll out, y'all. Have to get class started. But someone, shalom, y'all. About to y'all Shabbat.
Yeah, most thank Christ to be here. I don't want. Hey, shalom, yabasha shabakata.
Shalom, Lord in Christ.
You understand? Every nation is gonna gather. You better gather with your own, and the only place that you could truly gather with your own people is in the ISUPK under Command and Joel and YAHANNA. It don't matter if you stick to the Haitian neighborhood. Y'all all hate each other. You rock the blue flag as a Crip and the red flag as a Blood, with both colors on the Haitian flag, and y'all kill each other every day. I'm about proud to be Haitian. You ain't proud to be shit. Salakia. You know? Just know that you will have to gather with your own people. There's not going to be a choice. Because how are you going to protect yourself when people that just assault you, just running up to you and then calling you all types of racial slurs to beat you up and then threaten to stab you? This is everywhere. Don't think it's just the UK, America, France. This happens in Canada. This happens in Australia. This happens everywhere. And if you're going to what? Become a Buddhist and go to China, become a Muslim and go to some Arab country, it's going to be even worse. You know, it's going to be worse because the police might come and help them to beat the hell out of you. Listen, outside the I.S.U.P.K, there's no brotherhood and there's no safety. God. Just know that. So if you're in the city of Toronto, you contact Officer Zabadia. Since you're in Montreal, contact us, ISUPKMontreal@gmail.com. Come to class. Because worse is to come. If you think the times are bad right now, well, you haven't seen shit yet. And that's what Christ said too. So like, I'm gonna just get that precept real quick and then we can move on to the next one. Right, this is the book of Matthew. What is it? Chapter 24, I think it's verse 21. Yeah, chapter 24, verse 21 says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be." You haven't seen shit yet. Like, you think it's bad now, it's about to get worse. It's about to get so bad that it was never as bad as that before. It will never be as bad as that again. Why? Because when our kingdom comes, all tears are going to be wiped away. There's not going to be war no more. But until then, listen, you haven't seen nothing yet. You're about to see, we're about to be in the worst horror action movie ever in real life. It's a lot, yeah, the one. To move on to the next one, and it don't get better. Like I said, neo-Nazi leader admits to New York hate crime plots, including posing as Santa to poison minority kids. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Salakia.
God. And I want to say that as well. Like for all of you, you know, saying like that celebrating these holidays, you're gonna see like a lot of these, like, you know, saying like Edomite terrorists. They're gonna use those holidays to unalive people because they know, like, you know, saying that they could make a mass murder, a mass shooting, you understand, mass killing while everybody is gathering during those holidays. So like,
God, imagine that. If first of all, if you let your kids sit on the grown man's lap, you know, and he nobody knows him, well, who cares whether they know him or not? That is crazy. You're setting up your kid to be violated, and now he's saying, yo, he's a neo-Nazi, a leader or not, who cares? He said, yo, he's gonna dress up as Santa and poison kids, not just any kid. He's gonna poison your kid, Black, Latino, and Native.
God.
Talking about Feliz Navidad. This nigga is being Feliz with the poison. You know, he said, good night. Y'all better stop celebrating Christmas because this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna bring your kid to the mall. You're gonna sit on their lap, and just like Halloween when they prick kids with syringes, you're gonna prick the kid with a syringe, and I don't know, the kid's gonna have a fentanyl overdose right in front of you. You'll be like, what the hell happened? Well, he happened. That's what happened. The man of sin is being revealed. The white man is the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of. Damn, your kids are not safe. Your women are not safe. Your men are not safe. Your grandmothers and grandfathers are not safe. Why? Because you refuse to come into the I.S.U.P.K. We're trying to save your life. Tell you, stop celebrating Christmas. You think we don't give a shit about the kids? Meanwhile, you're bringing your kids to a murderer. He said he's gonna poison. He said he's gonna poison your kids. He's plotting to poison your kids. We tell you, stop celebrating Christmas to avoid your kids from being poisoned while they sit on Santa's lap. And that's the least of your worries. Good night. You think he's sitting on their lap? They're sitting on his lap, and he's not gonna, kidnap and sexually assault them. We're trying to prevent that from happening. You just want to throw your kids in the hyena den. You hate your kids, Salaki.
And the oppressor is such a coward. Also, like, you know what I'm saying? These kids can't fight back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to do something, prove yourself, go to the ghetto, go to the Detroit ghetto when, you know what I'm saying, the niggas got machine gun, you know what I'm saying, AK-47 and whatnot. Go over there and do something. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to do that. He has to, you know what I'm saying, prey on the kids, you know what I'm saying? Because the oppressor is such a devil, man, you know what I'm saying? He has no type of morality, even when it comes to war. He has no, you understand, backbone. You understand? He is a straight coward, man. You understand? And that must be true. Also, the Bible must be true. Like, for everybody that say, like, well, the Bible is false, right? What have black people done to white people for them to hate us so much? You know what I'm saying? Right. We haven't done nothing to white people, man. You know what I'm saying? We haven't, you know what I'm saying, like, put them in slavery, put them in chain, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't take out take the welfare away from white people. We didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? We never done nothing to these people, but yet they hate us, you know what I'm saying? Just like the Bible says, they hate us, you know what I'm saying, with a perpetual hatred, man. Why? Because they are the Edomites and we are the Israelite. The Bible must be true. So like it.
Damn right.
Good night. So you're telling me this man in his plot to pull off crimes against us, blacks and Hispanics, he was planning to pose as Santa Claus to poison minority children, right?
Yeah.
And listen, for all y'all people in the world, when y'all say, especially like you ever speak to Christians and they're like, yeah, we know we're not supposed to be celebrating this shit, but we do it for the children. Well, he was trying to do it for the children too.
Damn right.
And they don't understand, this is not the first time someone has decided to, or someone evil is posing as Santa Claus. Like in Toronto, they had a man named Bruce MacArthur, and he was a LGBTQ member going around unaliving the men in that community. And he would pose as Santa Claus every year. Right? And they have a culture of, like, you look at Edomites, they have a culture of attacking children. They have a culture of crimes against us. Right? And it goes as deep as biblical times. You could find it with Haman trying to unalive us.
God.
This is horrible.
So like as I'm reading the post, right? Good night. Imagine that. He's from Georgia, Russia. This is the pinnacle of Edom, the Caucasian of the Caucasus. You understand? Imagine that.
Oh, he a mountaineer.
He's a mountaineer. Yes, and you know what's crazy? We think, well, Eastern Europeans are not, they're not Americans, they're not French, they're not British. They like the black people of white people. I mean, his name is Commander Butcher. Getting ready to kill your kids and tell you Merry Christmas. Listen, this is the gift of America. He was just trying to make America great again. That's all he was doing.
Right. That's Donald Trump's America for sure.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
So go ahead, one.
No, if I could, I was just gonna say that's one thing you're starting to see more, right? Where, like, it's that in your face racism that's damn near sponsored by Donald Trump, and it's a lot of dog whistles out there that are being said in media that are calling men like this to do the things that they're plotting to do. And
damn right.
you can only imagine how many children would have been unalived or harmed if he wasn't caught. And how many more men like him and women that are out there plotting on Black and Hispanic lives.
And
And it's time. It's
Salakia,
time. You got to wake up. You got to wake up and get with the UPK and get in class, because it's only going to get worse.
Khan. And Salakia, as I'm reading the thing, right? It says, commend the butcher admitted soliciting hate crimes and providing instruction on how to make bombs and poison ricin as part of the monstrous plots and propaganda leading to his international maniac murder cult, according to the feds. Now, for people who don't know what ricin is, y'all go watch Breaking Bad and look up what ricin is. You will not detect that poison. That's like, you just see the kid convulsing and having a seizure. Now, come to find out, he was poisoned with ricin. Listen, they will just take instructions and get ideas from the TV shows. You know, General Muhammad said art controls everything. Well, this is art for them. Imagine that. He's not just murdering a child with like smallpox like Christopher Columbus did, you know, or Claude de Con like the French did in Martinique, in Guadeloupe, or what's it called? Capone, which is what they use on Mexicans, Agent Orange in Puerto Rico. No, this man said he took a book from Walter White, from Heisenberg. He's going to poison your kid with ricin, you know, and he knows you hate your kids. So he's basically giving you, that's his Christmas gift to you and to America. Y'all better stop celebrating Christmas or else your kids will die. Straight like that. Salakia.
Right. You ain't lying, because celebrating it is like sacrificing your kids to the fire of Baal. Like, that's what you're doing, and you don't understand how you're doing it, because you're having them worship another god, and then you're gonna go on church on Sunday and say praise Jesus while they worship another god, and not understanding that that's gonna lead to their destruction, because they're gonna believe that, like, just imagine, right? And this is crazy, with all this hate that's going on, right? And all these mass Caucasian men running around grabbing up black and brown people, and black people who were saying they should sit it out are now running into the house, because you can't sit it out. It's an attack on your people. You can't sit out a war. You're gonna have to stand up, right? With all of that happening, with all these plots against us happening, Christmas is on the way, and they're still gonna tell their children a white man named Santa Claus bought all these gifts, when that's not happening at all. That never happened. The only gift you get from white people is death and slavery.
And
Shalom.
imagine that. That would have been Santa Claus giving you death as a gift. Good night. You can move on. Listen, it don't get better. It get only worse. Why? Because we're in the end of times. Imagine that. The former right-wing mayor of Coldstream, Kentucky, John Kevin Taylor, is a fugitive at large after posting bond on child rape charges and fleeing.
Good night.
God loves everybody, right? We should forgive and move on. Not all white people are like that. Besides these white people that just got caught trying to invade Haiti, kidnapping sex slaves, right? And that devil that we just seen trying to poison your kid with ricin for Christmas. There's a pattern that you refuse to see.
Yeah.
The Bible says what? It is high time right now to wake up, right? From your sleep, but you just want to keep dreaming. Didn't Martin Luther King tell that his dream was a nightmare? Why do you want to keep dreaming? Can't you see that these people, they're a curse, they're a plague, they're a virus. Listen, they're worse than AIDS. You know, there's some people trying to control AIDS and still trying to work on a cure for AIDS. You cannot cure the evil of white people. You cannot cure their wickedness. You cannot control their bloodlust. They're worse than AIDS. Salakia.
And this is in their blood, like I'm saying, like a lot of military members in the American military, when they go to these other nations, that's exactly what they do. You think, you know what I'm saying, they are superheroes, you know what I'm saying, they come back with medals and whatnot. they actually go over there and rape children and get children pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes kill them. You know what I'm saying? This is a reality that you have to face, American and even Canadian. You know what I'm saying? Like basically all these heathen nations, when they go to war, or you know what I'm saying, they are sent in special mission in certain countries, especially like poor countries. They go over there to rape babies and rape women. That's what they do. It's a lot.
God. And you know, for people who say, well, it's just poor white trash, you know, poor white people, uncivilized trailer trash park white people, whatever they say. This is a mayor.
God.
This is a mayor. And you see, I'm pretty sure that same that's portrait with a firearm. Listen, these people, they love blood. It's like it's second nature to them. It's first nature is their bloodlust, then their sexual deviancy, and that's it. You know how to describe the people? Like you see, heathens sometimes are just retards, or guys, they're just not advanced mentally or whatnot. They do a lot of dumb stuff, worship all types of deities. Caucasian people are just bloodthirsty sexual deviants, and that's really it. That's it. Imagine that. And this is the same people we're told to forgive and forget, you know, to love, to accept in our house, you know, to invite to the cookout. Hey, Lord be with y'all. We try to tell you, you know, you just have to separate yourself from them. Now, this, by the way, this man is still at large. That's it. Imagine running into him. He's probably hiding somewhere in the backwoods of Kentucky with a group of, you know, white robe racists. That's probably what he's doing. I'm not here to speculate. All I know is that the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of, and that's what the Bible says. Salakia.
Damn, this is nothing new. Like this man looks like he's a U.S. First Squadron Ranger, ready to go shed blood for his country, doing his patriotic duty, right? And he also was the mayor of Coldstream. I don't know where the hell that is. It's the same thing the Greeks were doing. Like you see Alexander and the Greeks, other white men, they were doing the same thing. They had a culture called pederasty, where they would take young boys to war with them, and they would abuse those young boys. And that's the same culture we're seeing today. Like there's nothing new under the sun, right? And when Esau was getting his blessing, he was told he was gonna live by the sword. Right? The first murder we see recorded in the Bible is Cain, and that's the spirit of Esau today. So this is nothing new. You're just seeing the people for who they are, right? You're like that whole sweet baby innocent Jesus that they paint Caucasian people to be, right? In the media, you're finally seeing that that's not true. They are the Jason Voorhees and the Freddy Cougars of the earth.
Shit, Freddy Krueger might have more mercy than this cat. Damn, imagine that. Salakia.
We gonna super party like it's your birthday. And you don't give a fuck, it's not your birthday. I'm in the club, water full of club. Finally I got the X, again to taking drugs. I'm in the having sex, I ain't in the making love. So come give me a hug, okay, and you get a rub.
Hey yo, Captain Jack.
Hey yo, Captain Jack.
Bring me back to the railroad track.
Bring me back to the railroad track.
Give me gun in my hand.
Give me gun in my hand.
I wanna be a shooting man.
I wanna be a shooting man. Everybody's running, but how about then they look, it's going on in the kitchen. Like, I don't know what's cooking. They say I got the love, but nobody's here to teach me. If they can't understand it, how can they reach me? I guess they can't, I guess they won't, I guess they wrong. That's why all my life is out of love, fool. And standing most of
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They really say, I love you.
Listen, we can start this. This is crazy.
They need Drewski up there. Slovakia.
You know, that's a real thing, right? It's in Poland. I had to even to look it up. It's a TV show where people do blackface and dress up as celebrities in Poland.
Yeah,
Listen,
they love our culture. That's one thing for sure.
Poland's one of the most racist European countries. You go to Poland right now, you get chased and beat up just because you're a nigga. Hey, listen, racism is fun for white people. They make fun of you. Nobody could tell them not to do it. Well, you're gonna go in the country and say stop blackfacing. The moment Putin bombs Poland or takes back Poland, don't expect a prayer from us. I'm telling you right now, Putin is taking back Ukraine. Is going to be a Soviet reunion. Do not expect any prayers for Poland. Eat all the Russian shrapnel. That's what I'm telling you right now. The hell with Poland. Slovakia.
Slovakia, is it me? But if Edomites add melanin, there will be some ugly motherfuckers.
Good night.
Damn.
I mean, Rachel Dolezal tried to have melanin.
Yeah, she was ugly too.
Diabolically ugly. I think there was a Polish woman trying to become a black woman, and her husband too.
God.
Yeah, she was ugly. Like, damn. Listen, I pray that Russia takes back Poland expeditiously, according to what the Bible says. You know, I pray that Magog goes back to God. You know, expeditiously. I want to see that on TV or get the news, and then I'm gonna do the same thing I did when Russia started taking back Ukraine. I'm gonna call officers about it, Shai One. I'm gonna be like, yo, hey, did you just see this shit? Let's have a drink. Kwam Yasharala.
Good night.
La Yasharala.
Poland is not too far from the Netherlands. In the Netherlands, they have a Christmas celebration where they have a celebration of they put on blackface for Black Petey, who was a slave that they said would help. I'm not exactly sure of the story, right? But they had a slave that he was enslaved doing something around Christmas for the Netherlands people, right? And they're about to all put on blackface, and these are damn near the same regions. It's not Poland's not too far from Netherlands, and it's a common theme we see with Caucasian people putting on blackface. And listen, this would probably be funny if the artists were damn good. Like, this man was doing Coolio, and it was absolutely trash.
I would say it's going to be trash nonetheless. That's disgusting. Poland, the Lord is not playing. God is not mocked. You think it's funny? Would you like to be, if you want to be treated like a nigga, God said, no sweat. He said, Revelation 13:10. That's what he said. So, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. That is how you're going to feel like a nigga, like a spick and a savage. Listen, ain't no other way. And that's what the Bible says.
That's what I was saying. They need Drewski up there to act like Polish people so they can see how funny it actually is. And you got all the black people in the comments laughing. Because I'm quite sure if you go onto the Polish, whatever the social media is in Poland, there's going to be white people laughing, saying this is funny. So they need to get Drewski for a show.
Look at the comments.
We can laugh.
Some come and say, we don't give a shit. It's a fucking show. Get over it. Well, that's the case. Why is Drewski painted in a bad picture when all he did was what exactly the Polish are doing? Get over it. Slovakia.
Look like aliens. Like, goddamn, the original aliens. Look.
Yeah, I believe they were made in a lab.
The Caribbean is on fire right now, and y'all need to know the incredible gangster things that is happening right now. What has happened in Martinique in Cled for pulling down those colonial statues? Basically, what has happened in Martinique is that the colonizer lost. In a historic landmark case that the entire Caribbean needs to know about, France lost. against Martinique activists. It is a huge historic win, and which you all know about. What we are doing in the Caribbean, some real gangster affirmative action is happening, and I am so excited, and so should you.
On voit que c'est une condition qui ne concerne pas seulement les Martiniquais, puisqu'on est plusieurs espaces comme ça dans le monde à avoir été colonisés et à continuer à être hantés par cette colonisation, puisque ce sont des espèces de symboles qui ne sont pas du tout subliminaux, qui occupent l'espace comme ça dans notre quotidien et qu'on ne questionne pas, en tout cas que nos parents n'ont pas questionné. Et donc, c'est très important pour nous, pour notre estime de nous-mêmes en tant qu'afro-descendants et en tant que peuple martiniquais, d'estimer de ne pas être entouré de symboles insultants, tout simplement.
De très belle plaidoirie, tout simplement, c'est tout ce que j'ai à dire. J'avoue que ces 3 jours étaient tellement énergivores qu'à 20h40, je n'ai plus les mots, mais beaucoup de gratitude parce qu'effectivement, ces avocats qui se sont investis auprès de nous tous l'ont fait vraiment avec conviction, détermination, sérieux, engagement, et leur plaidoirie était très touchante parce que ils ramenaient la question du peuple, c'est-à-dire on est 11 personnes assis là, mais ce n'est pas le procès de ces 11 personnes, c'est réellement le procès des personnes qui font toujours l'apologie du crime contre l'humanité.
Les ancêtres qui nous ont conduits jusque-là, on était sereins et sereines, je le suis encore, satisfaite parce que du coup, les ancêtres nous ont accompagnés vraiment et que là, aujourd'hui, il y a une justesse dans le récit de la... Maintenant, j'aimerais dire aux politiques de la Martinique, eh ben, bon boulot parce qu'il y a du nettoyage à faire dans les communes. Il y a beaucoup de nettoyage à faire et il y a beaucoup de responsabilités à prendre là maintenant. Donc, à vous.
Bonsoir, maman. Mon nom c'est Alexandre. Et moi, dans le tribunal là, je dis à faire statut, déboulonnage de statut colonial là. Et comment j'ai vécu ces 3 jours, je ne suis pas surprise de ce qui se passe. On a vu que la procureure, qui est une dame de là-bas, voulait qu'on parle en français. Limite, elle ne voulait pas nous entendre parce qu'elle considère que nous n'avons rien d'intéressant à dire et que nous sommes juste des violents casseurs. Et donc, ce matin, nous avons utilisé notre langue martiniquaise pour lui expliquer que non, nous ne sommes pas des violents casseurs, nous sommes des personnes. Déjà, c'est ça qu'on dirait qu'elle ne comprend pas. Et je suis très contente parce que tout le monde dans cette salle lui a démontré et lui a fait comprendre que oui, nous sommes des personnes, nous, c'est des mouns, des avocats. Tout le monde l'a remis à sa place. Donc...
Et ça, qu'est-ce que c'est bas, que c'est bas, que c'est bas, que c'est bas. Ça, qu'est-ce que c'est bas.
Yeah, I'm gonna break down the French parts also as a body, right? Kawaka, also body might have to step off. That's what I don't want. I would break down, still bring down the French part. Shalom, Lord Christ.
Yes. Slaki, I do have to step off. Shalom, Lord Christ. If you could just break it down for me for what this is.
Yeah, basically,
Christ, my head's covered.
Basically, what happened is that they take, just like in a lot of places, they just took down some colonial statues in Martinique. 11 people were prosecuted for it, and the prosecutor, they didn't win the case. They're like, damn, you know, and it's for them, it's amazing. It's a step going forward, right? France is taking L's left and right, and now it's time for us to do something, which is great for the spirit of the people. But when it comes down to it, what do we achieve? Not much, because you're still not in the school, you know, because it's good to take down a colonial statue. It's amazing, because that's just slavery in your face and them being proud about it. Now you take it down. What's the next step? Are you going to still accept white people in the island? What's the next step? Are you going to still marry white men and white women? Now let's be honest about it, because even though it looks great, what do we really achieve? As if white people really care. They still own all the island. The richest family in Martinique is still a white family descendant of slave masters. You know, what do we do from there? That's the question. I'm not saying it's not great, but what do we do from there? Now what? because you still divide yourself, right, with a flag about Martinique, this and that. It's great to be proud. I'm glad for my people, but then, are you uniting with your Haitian brothers? Are you uniting with your Brazilian brothers? You understand? With your Mexican brothers and sisters? Or are you going to remain divided? Are you going to come back to the truth? Or are you going to, because the sister said the ancestors were with us. The ancestors are dead. Where are the ancestors who came back? What are you talking about? You know, are you going to still embrace Pan-Africanism? Because if that's the case, really, you ain't going nowhere.
And you know what I'm saying? Like what you're saying is powerful. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if they celebrate Christmas in Martinique. You know what I'm saying? So they're still gonna celebrate, you know what I'm saying, Christmas, you know what I'm saying, this year. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to win against the oppressor. The only way you're gonna win against the oppressor is by coming back to your culture and living everything about the oppressor. That's the only way.
Yeah, because you can't say you're winning against the oppressor, you're still embracing his culture. You know what they do at Christmas? A lot of them are going to drink pig's blood.
Damn.
Yeah. They're going to drink pig's blood. They're going to eat boudin. They're going to eat lambi. You know, they're going to, listen, a lot of them just go to church. They're at church right now. They were in church, what, 2 hours ago? You know, or they're going to embrace Pan-Africanism. You're not winning if you're not rejecting all aspects of your oppressor's culture.
All right.
I mean, take down all the statues, which is great. But you're not really winning if you're not in the ISUPK.
Damn right.
Send us a message on ISUPKmartinique@gmail.com. Or you know a message on ESPKmartinique@gmail.com. That's it. Come into the school. Venez en classe. That's all you have to do. That's really all you can do. Because as we've seen, listen, white people are getting ready to kill your kids on Christmas, and you will not know about it because they're using a poison that's barely detectable. Salakia. FBI has raised the bounty for former Olympic snowboarder turned alleged drug kingpin Ryan Wedding to $15 million. He's accused of importing $1 billion in drugs annually in the U.S. and killing witnesses.
Damn.
Wait, I'm confused. I thought black people were the criminals and the drug dealers. Then Donald Trump said the Mexicans are bringing all the drugs.
Yeah.
He looks pretty Caucasian to me.
And
you know what's the crazy part is that we're still going to be blamed for all the crime. Well, we're not bringing in all the drugs to the U.S. apparently. Ken Knight, a Canadian athlete, not a native Canadian, not a black Canadian, not a Latino Canadian, the lily white Canadian, maple syrup drinking. You understand? Hockey playing, snowboarding.
So like apparently he likes the snow.
Ken Knight, listen, he's all about the snow. He's in love with a cocoa. No, but the truth is coming to light. White people are the biggest criminals on the face of the earth. Imagine that. He's responsible for importing $1 billion of drugs every year in the U.S. Are you still trying to blame black people for the drug crimes? Listen, in Montreal, black people probably do like 1% of the drug crime. We're just the face of the propaganda. The biggest criminal organization outside of the government is, you have the Jewish mafia, you have the Italian mafia, you understand? You have the Greeks, you have the Russians. They're not black. You have the Irish mob, the West End gang. They're not black. You still want to blame us? You're showing, by blaming us and not looking in the mirror, you're just truly showing how racist you are. And that you are hypocritical, racist bastards. Not that, listen, we don't care in the sense that we know already that you are the devil the Bible speaks of. You're going to lie about everything. But it's important for our people to see your true nature so that they stop looking at you, you know, in high regards. Like, we want to be white. Listen, when you want to be white, you just want to be like him. That's it. You want to be a criminal. It's not like he's poor. You know, he's not poor. Outside of being a criminal, you go to the Olympics. This man said, "Yo, I'm bringing in drugs." Like, not to justify it, but when our people turn to crime is because of our oppression, and we're not given a chance to work. You know, revolution in Martinique. You know what happened? France started saying, "Yeah, let's bring in the people of Martinique, Guadeloupe to France." Come to find out, they ain't giving us no work. All we could have done now is just turn to crime and prostitution. So it's not to justify, but we understand the conditions that we're living under, where we commit certain acts. White people they're just, you know, they're lawless. They're lawless people. They don't give a damn. They're just, you know, for the hell of it. No, it's important for our people to see your true nature. That while they blame you for all the drug crimes, all the shootings, you know, all the unalivings, they're at the top of the list. It's like a smokescreen to hide their crime. That's really what it is. Really, you're the most peaceful people on the face of the earth. And all these guns that they claim that you traffic, they come from white people. The drugs come from white people. You know, the lifestyle that you adopt comes from white people. Salakia.
Salakia, I want to add this too. You see how they have, like, Trump is saying, like, they must go into Venezuela because of the gang, because of the drug trade and whatnot. Well, if that is true, and not forgetting, you understand, the fishermen that are being killed by Donald Trump order, you understand, because they supposedly are drug dealers. Meanwhile, these are, you understand, a good citizen that are fishing and trying to, you understand, support their family. They're being killed and labeled, you understand, like drug dealers. You understand? They're killing them over there. Meanwhile, you have this Edomite shipping $1 billion worth of drug every year. You understand? And I'm pretty sure he's not doing it by himself. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is not going to say, let's unalive these Canadian drug dealers. Donald Trump is not going to say, well, let's invade Canada because of the drug trade. Let's put higher tariff on Canada because, you understand, like, you have a drug dealer that's shipping $1 billion of drug into my country. You understand? You're not going to see that. But you're going to see exactly, you know, just like you say, Officer Barcala, you're going to see that they're going to use us for the propaganda. They're going to use the Latinos, the Venezuelan, the Mexican, the Haitian, the Jamaicans. They're going to use us for the propaganda. Meanwhile, and not only use us for the propaganda, actually murder us. Meanwhile, these people, you know what I'm saying, are able, you know what I'm saying, to sell drugs like, you know what I'm saying, like crazy and still be able to live another day. So, like.
And you know what's crazy about what you said, Owen? They're not going against China who bring in all the fentanyl and the opioids. Okay. You know, they're not going to come to Canada to say, well, let's stop the drug flow from Canada. Okay. You know, they're not going to do that. They're not going to go against the Afghani people. Listen, a lot of heroin, they come from Afghanistan. You think, what, these refugees are coming empty-handed? Good night. You see, that's the problem. We're the face of crime in propaganda, and propaganda really is just false information. For those who don't know what propaganda is false, misleading information. You understand? Let's pull up the definition of propaganda so you can understand, right? 1 second. Propaganda: information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote a particular cause, doctrine, or point of view. It's a lie. That's really what it is. It's a lie to for lack of better words, brainwash you, you know, to program you and think in a certain way. It's like Trump was saying, Central Park 5 are, what did he say about the CP5 in New York? They're predators or something like that. They're serial predators. They were just kids and they were innocent at that. Imagine that. You know, now you being the face of a drug dealing, you're not. You know, you're not the face of, you're not the biggest drug dealer. They are. And this is the proof. He's a Olympic snowboarder. He became a drug kingpin. Listen, nobody knew about him. And guess what? You see how they talking about the Haitians in Montreal, Bloods and Crips. The gang leader of the Bloods was a white man in Montreal. You can't make this up. What's his name? I'm gonna show you. He got arrested. This is the gang leader and the leader of the Blood gang in Montreal. You know, the Blood family mafia. The biggest, listen, the most wanted criminals in Canada are Caucasians. So how come is it that they are not the face of crime? Why is it like, well, it's always black people, you know, it's always Latinos, it's always natives. This is the gang leader of the Blood gang in Montreal. Yet, when they're going to talk about Blood in Montreal, they're going to refer to Haitians and Benjamites. You know, talk about Uptown, you know, Uptown Bloods and 160, whatnot. They're going to talk about Montreal North, full of Haitian Bloods. But here is the gang leader of the Bloods. But nobody's going to say, well, it's Caucasian people. And I wouldn't even be surprised that the Crips in Montreal are, you know, the gang leader is white people too. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't give a damn. At this point, you know, if you want to show me, prove me wrong, go ahead. But I'm going to show you that even historically speaking, these people are the biggest criminal on the face of the earth.
Right.
How do I know that? The biggest case or history of identity theft was made by the Roman Catholic Church. They paint Christ as white. They stole your identity. They stole the land. They steal your men, your women, your children. And then they say, well, you're the biggest criminal. We don't want illegal immigrants. Don't you know that you came here illegally? And for white people to say, well, there was no laws back in the days. Yes, Native American had immigration laws. You didn't know that? See, people think we're just dumb niggas. We do our research. We're scholars. Native Indians had immigration laws. You know, it was not on paper, but they did have immigration laws. Salakia. Let me see if I could pull this up. You're the biggest criminal on the face of the earth.
And so like what you looking for the article, you understand? Like, let's not forget that the police seized more than 60,000 opium poppy plants from Northeast Edmonton property. You understand? Like, Canada doesn't grow poppy plants, poppy seeds. So somebody had to import those things, you understand, using the airport, using, you understand, the means of transportation from the eastern countries, you understand, like Pakistan, like, you understand, like India and so on. So, you understand, like, then we never talk about, like, we never hear about, you understand, like those East Indian, like, you understand, drug dealers, you understand, and whatnot. Meanwhile, they are involved also in those crimes, but they are not the face of crimes in Canada, in the US. You understand?
I can't find the article. I'm gonna find it for next week, right? They didn't have the immigration laws in the European sense, but they did have immigration rules. And y'all make it seem like y'all didn't come here. Y'all came here illegally, and you're the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of. You understand? You are evil bastards. Because if you were honest, you would not portray us as criminal. You would portray yourself as a criminal. I'm not saying crime doesn't happen in our communities. That's not what I'm saying. But you are you listen. You make us the face of crime, so you fly under the radar. That's really what it is. Because again, this white man is a gang leader of the Blood gang. Who's the Blood? When you talk about Bloods, well, I'm gonna show you something, right? When you go, when you look for the Blood gang, you understand? Who's the face of the Blood gang? It's not white people. This is not a white man. But this is, I was not sharing my screen. Good night. Who's that? This is not white people. This is the gang leader of the Blood gang in Montreal. Make it make sense. So like we could move on one, you know, the white man's the devil the Bible speaks of, and he's the true criminal on the face of the earth. Trump is an amazing devil. I ain't gonna hold you. Listen, nursing is no longer considered a professional degree under the Trump administration.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Listen, it's bad already, right? It's bad. This is diabolical, because not only I think I had read an article where we're saying they were gonna cut like student loans for nursing and other professions. They're gonna cut their wages.
Yeah.
You might have to work to make you might work in McDonald's and get a better wage than a nurse under Trump. Salakia. Point is, this devil is good night. Salakia, other one.
Yeah, so like I just wanna, like I'm saying, this guy amazes me all the time, like with this, you understand, rhetoric, like I'm saying. It's like, you understand, like they put a stupid guy, you understand, ruling the country, and American doesn't even realize it, because Americans so stuck up in their racism, they don't realize that the guy is dumb. So like,
yeah, what they say he's gonna fix the economy, he's gonna stop the war and whatnot. He's making America fall even faster. That's really what it is. Yeah, imagine that. You know, and look at the fucking idiot. Damn, Salakia. Look at the dumb idiot that he is. He said nursing is no longer a professional degree. What is this? Are you telling me that you come out of high school and then you can be a nurse?
God.
Under what umbrella does it fall? Now, outside of being, you know, the most openly racist, sexual deviant president, he's the dumbest. Joe Biden was the most senile, and he's an idiot. People are not taking America seriously. Like, America says some shit. That's why the Mexican president, even though she's a devil, she's not taking Trump seriously when he said we're going to invade Mexico and get rid of the drug cartels. Because of dumb, stupid shit like this. Salakia. You know? At the end of the day, listen, I'm telling all y'all right now, y'all want to be nurses? We need nurses over here. You know, but on the spectrum of things, like imagine Trump. Like, what is considered a professional degree at this point? You know, make it make sense. He's firing a lot of our people. That's besides the point. He's firing a lot of our people, and now our people can't even get jobs. Why? Because they won't be able to get a degree. Trump is, listen, make America, this is America being great. America needs to fall to the ground and never, ever rise again. You understand? Salakia.
So Salakia, you understand, to be a president of the United States, you don't need a degree neither. So I guess, you understand, him being like in this position, you understand, looking at these, you understand, like sisters and nurses, you understand, as something that's not needed of a degree. But the thing is, like, how come somebody that cares for other people, that cares about the health of other people, man, not views as something, like, you know, saying, that is major, like, you know, saying, like, you want to put it down like so bad, like, you know, saying, it's a bad thing to be a nurse according, you know, saying, to what he's doing. Meanwhile, they really basically taking care of people, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
And you know, again, this is the point we brought up earlier. They will make sure they hurt themselves to hurt us. You know, because really, our people hate going to the doctor. They hate going to hospitals. You know, with the history of racism that's going on in the healthcare system, right? So having more Black and Latina nurses would push our people to, you know, to check themselves more, as far as, you know, go and do regular checkups or whatnot. They're going to make sure these professions are not accessible to our people, so we just die off faster. And if it means that white people, it's harder for white people to be in the nursing programs, as long as it's harder for Black people, we'll just sacrifice. They'll just take one for the team. You know, and on what you said, you don't need a degree to become president. Apparently, you could just become president and be a felon and be guilty of rape. That's Trump. And be on the Epstein list.
Just grab him by the pussy, you could become president. So lucky.
Apparently, he's grabbing them by the balls. Yeah, Trump is blowing bubbles on Bubba.
He's grabbing everything.
He's grabbing everything. Good night. You know, Sean, make sure you grab that cotton in the kingdom. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Grab the cotton in the kingdom. You know, go grab your gym membership. Grab your gym membership. Because in the kingdom, you're gonna need. Listen, grab your gym membership and try to work on some product that you don't need to buy. You know, some natural sunscreen that you don't need to buy and apply on a daily basis, because you're going to be working in the fields. I'm telling you right now. You understand? The point is, he's making sure our sisters cannot be nurses, because now there's less and less Black and Latina nurses. Our people are already not going to the hospital, to the doctor. They're gonna want to go even less to the doctor in the hospital. These people are out here to get us. You know, Salak, we can move on. We have a few more before we end the show.
And Salaka, let's not forget about the you know what I'm saying, like those white nurses that are like psychopath and killing people, you know what I'm saying, left and right.
Right. You know what? The water for bringing that up, I don't want, because I think I seen a sister, she made a post, right? It was saying white nurses to Black women are like police officers to Black men. Wow. That's really what it is. Like, imagine having to worry about, your wife is in labor. You have to worry about, is she gonna come out alive? Not because it's something that's gonna take a toll on her body, even though we're not taking that away from her, but because her life and the life of that child that she's bringing out is in the hands of a serial killer. Again, I didn't even say it on purpose. Officer Kazaka Imad brought the video out. A lot of these serial killers are white nurses. You know what? Listen, we need more Black nurses, but the thing is, that's why he's making it even harder for us to go into that field, to make sure that we die off faster. Elon Musk's father said, white people are being extinct. They're going extinct. They're becoming the minority. We need to do something. And this is what they're doing. They're deporting everybody back to Venezuela. They're about to go at war with the country. They're making sure not one Venezuelan remains in America, just in case they're going to retaliate from within. They're doing the same thing with Mexico. You know, they should deport Nicki Minaj, but that's besides the fact. But now they're making sure they kill us off faster. You know, we're not safe. Listen, y'all better come to the I.S.U.P.K. You know what? And a lot of people, I think Commander YAHANNA brought that out. A lot of people, what they're doing is Black people are like, they're making, like, for a lack of better words, like a coalition, you know, where they're gonna teach online courses or whatnot. They're gonna come together and teach. One people teach a class, one people teach a class, and we teach our people, which we should do. It's not like we can't. We have the resources. It's not like we don't have the money. We have the money. Listen, the poorest Black man has money. You know how I know? Because crack is not cheap when you have an addiction. That's how I know. Y'all giving all your money to the church. Your pastor buys Lambos and Benz. So clearly we have the money to take care of our people. Because we want to be part of this society, we spend the money elsewhere than in our communities. Right. Listen, we have money that listen, if we come together, we will open up a school before Dr. Umar, which we are. There's school. Commander YAHANNA has schools all over the globe. Before Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar doesn't even have one class, much less a school. But if we come together, we can make sure that we have Black nurses, that they can afford to pay for their degree, which is a professional degree. You have people's lives in your hands. And it's not just having people's lives in your hands, just the fact, listen, you see a Black nurse, he tells you, come to the doctor, come to the hospital, I will be right here. It's a peace of mind for us, as opposed to just dying off with whatever disease you may have that you don't know you have because you won't go get diagnosed. You see a Black nurse, you see a Hispanic nurse, now you have more trust in the healthcare system. In your head, maybe my life is not actually in bad hands. I see someone like me. I see someone who might care. I see someone who might see me as their peer, as their father, as their brother, as their husband, as their son, as opposed to seeing someone who just have a history of killing you. You understand? That's why Trump is such a devil. You know, it's an attack on us. Everything is an attack on us. Don't believe that he's just out here destroying America. He's making sure he's destroying you. The white man will destroy. He will blow up himself if it means to destroy you. Salak, yeah.
Yeah, that was it for me.
Okay, we move on to the next one. We have a few more. Just bear with us. You know, the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. And of course, anyone who wants to chime in, absolutely. Chime in. You understand? Salakia. The link is in the chat. You know, pull up the next one. You bear with me one moment.
It's not woke. It's history. Black teaching slavery is not woke. It's history. The Black Little Mermaid. Okay, that's woke. But y'all know that it's also not real. Mermaids ain't real. You know what's real? Slavery. We need those museums. Go study. Because when we close the museum, this is what happens.
And you cannot tie imperialism and racism and slavery to just one race, which is pretty much what every single exhibit does. But let's talk about the fact that when you
anti-slavery,
let's talk about the fact
slavery in America was.
Do you know that only less than 2% of white Americans own slaves?
Wait a minute, hang on. Isn't that the fitness bitch who lied about how I could get abs in 60 minutes? How did you go from counting calories to counting slaves, bitch?
So but she has a point. You know, speaking about history, it's not what they call woke. It's just history. White people do that all the time. They remind us with their Confederate flag how they became, you know, independent. Right? The South was about to separate. America became America because they fought the British. Well, part of that history is that you committed a genocide on the people. You enslaved the people. We shed blood, sweat, and tears so that America could be great for your people. Imagine that. You know, like, make it make sense. You understand? Like, she's not wrong. I know she's doing like some type of skit or whatnot, but she's bringing out the truth.
Okay.
This is important to talk. Listen, the history class is important. When we tell you, oh, oppressor is the devil, like, we bring out true about Thomas Thistlewood, who fed feces to his slaves. He called it the Derby's dose. In the South, they fed our babies to gators. They skinned newborn babies alive right out the womb, just so they could damn near bring the alligator to the point of extinction. And then you want to complain about we need to save the American gator. Well, how about saving the babies you fed to the gators? The sharks today still are following the path of the transatlantic route. It's not a coincidence. They're still following the path. Why? Because you dropped so many slaves in the Atlantic Ocean. You know, our people have the highest rate of prostate cancer in the world. Why? Because the French are just diabolical. That's why. Like, what? We need to bring out more facts? Yes, we need. Why? Because without their history, the people don't know who they are. And your history isn't the Bible. Your history is today. Your history is George Floyd. Okay. That's your history. You know, your history goes beyond you being a slave. Your history is the chosen people of God. The God that everybody claims to worship, which they're not. That's your history. Your history is getting your tongue cut off, your eyes gouged out for refusing to eat pork. That's Hanukkah, where the Jewish man stole and thinks he called it Hanukkah, but don't even believe in anything outside of Malachi. That's your history. You understand? And they want to remove your history and rebrand it as The Great Migration. Migration? This is a slap in our face. That's just spitting in our face. You know, call it the Great Migration. It's called the transatlantic slave trade. We were traded. We were goods. A table was worth more than us. Chattel, because we were treated like cattle, like animals. And we are still treated like that till this day. If you're uncomfortable talking about it, maybe you should have never enslaved us. That's really what it is. If you're uncomfortable talking about lynching, well, maybe you should kiss my boot, Edomite, and apologize for the lynching. How about that? Until then, we will never stop talking about our history. And the crazy part, listen, this is the crazy part of it, right? They're really most uncomfortable when we talk between us and they want to be part of the conversation. You try to be part of anything is the problem. Just remain part of the caves. Stay in your corner. And then maybe you will not feel uncomfortable if we bring up the crimes that you committed. You just bring your perfect criminal. Because all criminals feel uncomfortable when the crimes that they committed are being brought up. Salaki
After all, like they have history classes like in the school. You know what I'm saying? Like they learn, you know what I'm saying? We learn about their history in their school. So, you know what I'm saying? We should learn about our history as well. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to stop saying like, well, forget it's the past. You know what I'm saying? Like what happened to you is the past. Well, you teach us your history, which is the past also. So you understand? It's only right for us to know our history. You understand? But of course, the oppressor is the devil. You understand? And seeing exactly, you know what I'm saying, like the type of crime they have committed. You know, it is a hard pill to swallow, man. So like
it is, especially when you see how. Listen, good night. I was with Officer Sakan on TikTok. Was it last Sunday? I think it was last Sunday. I got the virtual boot kiss. You know how he came about? The white man said, "Yo, I just learned how evil my people are. I feel so bad." You know, that's how he said a bunch of stuff on how he's really remorseful, and he didn't even know like some things that the most outlandish stuff that they did, they don't say it openly, right? We will say it, but they don't say it openly. And because of that, he was damned. That's how the boot case came about, because he was trying to say, yo, he's truly remorseful, because he was shocked that, what do you mean my forefathers fed your people to alligators straight out the womb? He couldn't believe it. You know, and he was beyond uncomfortable. Well, listen, outside of this remorseful white man that kissed the boot virtually, right? Your people are uncomfortable because you committed atrocious acts against us. Why you blame us for talking about what happened to us?
Right.
Why did you tell the Jewish man to stop talking about the Holocaust? It was a long time ago, you know. I'm pretty sure the Germans feel uncomfortable to hear about it. We don't want to hear about 9/11 no more. It's uncomfortable. I don't want to hear about people dying, getting bombed. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about what happened October 7th, about the Palestinians are trying to, you know, become freedom fighters. And now there's casualties on both sides. We don't want to hear about it.
Right.
The reason we don't want to hear about it because you don't want to hear about our plight. You don't want to hear about our pain. Well, if we cannot express our pain freely, imagine that. You can't even express your pain. You can't even talk about the pain. You can't even think about it. Because then they say, oh, you want to bring up the black card. It was a long time ago. I don't feel comfortable. You know, maybe we should talk about something else. No, we're not. Maybe you should not try to be part of the conversation. That's really what it is. If you're that uncomfortable, maybe we should segregate again. Like that, our conversations will be segregated. It's as simple as that. You know, Salak, one. You see, so we're about to end the show right here. You understand? We have one more to let you know our oppressor is the goddamn devil. And this is this is the result of the oppression at the hand of our oppressor. Right? I had to look this up. I could not believe it, but this is true. This sister performed surgery to look like a lily white, blonde hair and blue eye white woman. Y'all could look it up. Look her up. What's her name again? I forgot. I looked her up. That's not AI. That's the product of your people feeding us the gators. That's the product of the Christian church. That is not AI. She had to look like success. This is what we think success looks like. This is why Sammy Sosa bleached his skin. This is why our people hate being who they are. Because we see you as success. This is why we have to bring our people to therapy. Listen, coming to class is therapy. And you say the white man is a devil 3 times. And Christ might come back from the sky tonight and free you from this oppression. Because this shows how much of a destroyed people we are. Because your people were merciless to us. Your people destroyed us to the point where they destroyed the black out of us. Salakia.
So Salakia, this is beyond bleaching, man. God damn.
God.
I mean, that's really, that sister is really destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying? It's sad to see this. You know what I'm saying? But this is, you know what I'm saying, like I know a lot of people will say, like, you know what I'm saying, this is like wrong. She shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, turning her skin white. But you know what? You praise the LGBTQ. You praise, you know what I'm saying, that a man could become a woman and a woman could become a man. You praise that. So I guess, you know what I'm saying, she's following the same footstep as the LGBT. She could become a white woman today. But good night.
She identifies as white.
God.
The sad part is that she would still get lynched. You understand?
She was beautiful as a sister too. Like, God damn.
Yeah, she was. Listen, you see, she became ugly as hell.
God.
When you want to be white, you became the ugliest, disgusting, filthy thing on earth. You are pretty. Listen, black is beautiful. This is why, for both our brothers and our sisters, you have to understand that everything associated with us, we see it as negative. That's propaganda. Black is beautiful. Tell that to your kids all the time. You know, let these kids know. Listen, as a little black boy, you are amazing. Little black girls, you're beautiful. Remind them all the time. Every day. Nurture them. You know, the thing is, since kids, we're being taught that. Listen, as a kid, I remember, like, they were telling me, yo, you might end up in jail. Listen, I remember in high school, right? You see, when the teacher asks you, what do you want to do when you grow up? I raised my hand and said, I want to go to Harvard. The whole class, including the teacher, laughed at me. I was like, well, damn. Fuck. I ain't gonna be shit. You know? You're not in the eyes of your oppressor, you're not expected to be nothing at all. And they'll let you know. I remember as an ignorant kid, right? We're dealing with something and an adult told me, yeah, we're going to court or whatnot. I said, yeah. I told the principal, I'm going to court on Sunday. She laughed at me like I was a fucking idiot. Because obviously, I did not know court were not open on the weekends. I'm a kid. I don't know nothing. As opposed to educating me, she mocked me. You know, oppressors will always mock you and make you feel like you're nothing. I make a drawing in class. The teacher's like, yo, do you want to be a rapper? You want to make, like, and when you look back at it, I'm like, yo, why did you not pay attention to me as a kid the way you paid attention to the other kids and push them to do better in class, to be like, you know, a biologist, or have a professional career? Why did you have to jump and say, if I want to be a rapper? You know, some superintendent talk about asking me about the crime in the city. Like, I'm 12. What do you mean? Like, why do we have to be associated with negative stuff? This is why it's so important. Tell these young black boys, you know, tell these young black boys they're gonna be amount to be great men. They're great men tell these Black sisters, Hispanic and Native, they're beautiful little girls. They don't have to get a lighter skin complexion. You know, they listen. They don't have to reveal themselves to be pretty. You know, don't let them know the reason why also, right? And you think, oh, you're conditioning the kid to hate white people. Listen, we're conditioned to hate ourselves.
Right.
Being conditioned to love white people is conditioning us to hate ourselves to the point where our Black boys are going to grow up trying to be like Sammy Sosa and bleaching their skin, bleaching the soul out of them. That sister went under surgery. That's worse than that's what Michael Jackson was trying to achieve. Michael Jackson fuck up his nose. Why? Because the white man's the devil the Bible speaks of. Vybz Kartel bleached his skin and tattooed all up his face, just trying to be accepted. You know? Listen, Vybz Kartel's the baddest dancehall artist. And he's not the only one. Like the Martinican artist Kalash, he's being pushed at the forefront. Why? Because he's light-skinned. I ain't trying to throw shade on our people who are lighter complexion, because you know we come in all complexion and all also complexion, hair texture, whatnot. But there's a conditioning that's been made towards us to hate ourselves, to hate how we look, to hate how we think, to hate how we speak, to hate how we eat, just so we could look like our oppressor, just so we could think like our oppressor. If you deem it as hate, I'd rather hate my oppressor than hate myself.
Damn right.
If you think, well, the kids are gonna grow up to hate, teach them love. Yeah, we're teaching them to love themselves. And if loving themselves makes it that they hate every aspect of being like you, goddamn devil, so fucking be it. You want to call me a bigot? You want to call me a bad parent? The Bible says we're the greatest thing on the earth. If that's the price we have to pay to be ostracized, hey, at the end of the day, I'll be ostracized. Fuck it. Salakia. I'll be ostracized. I'll be hated. But I'll make sure my kids love themselves. My kids love who they are. You know? And if loving who they are is meaning hates who you are, hey, Bible says you can't serve two masters. You're going to have to pick a side.
Damn right.
And we side with the oppressed. The white man is the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of.
Damn right.
A lot.
Yeah, that's it on my part, because you've said everything beautifully. I'm saying, like, this is like sad seeing a sister, like, and seeing the level of mental destruction on that sister is crazy.
God, that damn near is one damn near feel like shedding a tear, because that hurts to see how destroyed we are. She had to be a destroyed little girl and grow up to be like the people who will unalive her.
Right.
You know, and that's really sad. Imagine, you know what? Imagine a brother, right, who loves white girls and who falls for her, then learns she's a black girl, and he's gonna ditch her.
Yeah.
That's just sad. Come to class, learn how to listen. This is you being alienated. That's literally what it is. Come to class, learn how to truly love yourself. And there's no place where you know how to love yourself outside the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, under commanding General YAHANNA. With that, another successful episode of One West Ground Zero podcast. You understand? Hosted by Officer 1000 Adiyar and myself, Officer 500 Barak Yala. Never forget, ever in your life, Blanc c'est diable. Nuestro opresor, el hombre blanco, es el diablo que habla la Biblia. Notre oppresseur, le foutu diable dont parle la Bible. The white man is the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of.
I'm right.
We'll see you next week, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shalom.
Hey, shalom, Israel.
They said free the Palestinians, then celebrate the death of native Indians. How these other races gon' take us serious? They don't. It's silly thinking you can fight oppression with a vote. I'm so woke, I got sleep deprivation. Belly of the beast giving birth to a nation. You know how I feel to have culture and they take it. It'll never be peace, tell them free the reservation. Till it's backwards, they don't know that they exist no more. Ever try reaching out for help and you just get ignored? Pick up vices like drugs or try to fill a void. They get a youth life sentence for a killing, he was just a boy. Niggas poor, what we living for? Life a gamble, it's like 10 or 4. Police hands around your neck, they just hit record. We in war, man, this ain't the norm. But you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know. Mama on the stage crying. She just lost her only son to gang violence. Pops level 4 yard talking through the fence. Have you ever tried to hug your loved ones through a fence? Have you ever been hated just because your skin? Have you ever worked all week and couldn't pay your rent? Life a trip, I'm trying to catch my balance. Every step feel like I'm walking backwards. Credit card, but gotta check the balance. I come from where it's rough, that's why my heart callous. They want you to fall weak, that's a war tactic. Look how we live, what's scary than that? What you know about crossing the Darien Gap? Risk your life to live in hell or bury your kids. Either way we gotta suffer and they just get rich. Life a bitch, why waste time telling you that? Cause if you ain't a nigga like me, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.